Hi everyone, thanks for coming to the launch. So, Pure Music, what is it? The really clever ones among you will have probably got a clue, the subtle clue in the name. It is a cloud-based music subscription service, and critically, it's multi-platform, so allowing you to play that service on many, many devices. But from our point of view, and by the way, if you're interested, the hashtag is Pure Music. But critically from our side, and I think you've heard this sort of thing from us before, is absolutely keeping the audio device, the radio device, at the heart of that experience. And so without any further ado, I'm actually going to start with a bit of a video intro this time. This will give you a flavor of what the service is.
Pure Music. All the music you want, whenever you want. Pure Music is a subscription service that gives you instant access to millions of tracks. You can enjoy all this music on your computer via the Pure Lounge, our online gateway to millions of tracks, a whole world of radio, listen again programs, and podcasts. On any smartphone running the Pure Lounge app, or any of Pure's internet radios. Pure Music means no more ripping CDs, no more managing files. You never have to back up your music. It's always there, accessible from the cloud. There's no limit either, so you can play as much as you want, as often as you like, whenever you want. You'll always be discovering new content to listen to, whether it's trying out a new genre, listening to the latest releases, or checking out the top tracks in the charts. Looking for that certain track? Our great search function helps you find what you want and more. Artists, albums, covers, and recommendations of similar listening you might like. Once you've found something you like, create a whole album playlist by simply dragging the album art onto the Create Playlist icon. You can also create your own mixtapes. And share what you're listening to on Twitter and Facebook. It's a great way of finding new things to listen to. But there's an even better way to discover new music. If you hear something you like on any Pure Internet radio and tag it, the song will automatically be stored on the lounge so you can come back and listen to it again. The tagged track will also give you the chance to explore the artist's back catalogue and similar artists of the same genre. An old favourite, a new release, a collection filler, a long-lost track, or just something that takes your fancy. And the big difference between Pure Music and other music services is that you can listen to all this great content on any Pure Internet device. We have a wide range of devices that can be used anywhere in reach of a wireless network, which means you can search for music and play your favourite tracks and playlists all directly from your radio. You can do the same on your mobile device too. Our iPhone and Android apps mean you can enjoy Pure Music and all the other great lounge services on the move via wireless and 3G, turning any iPod dock into an internet radio or your own personal jukebox. So it couldn't be easier to listen to all the music you want, whenever you want. Pure, connecting you to a world of essential listening.
So there you go. That video is obviously going to be online, and it'll be via the QR codes and all that sort of stuff for people whenever they want to check out more about the service. So that gives you a bit of a jaunty introduction to the service, if you like. I'll dig in a little bit deeper now. Pure Music, it is all about the music. And with the service, we've got over 15 million tracks, the vast majority of those streamable. We've got a terrific collection of mainstream listening, stuff like Beyonce. Even I shake my booty now and again, but not today. We've got a great classical collection as well. Mahler, you name it, Holst, a bit of rattle. We've got up-to-date stuff as well. You won't hear too much of this because I'm afraid I can't handle too much of it, but even a bit of Bruno Mars, it's all up there. We've got a great folk collection as well, so up-to-date folk, bit of Cara Dillon.
P stands for Patty, I suppose. J for my love, John. W stands for false Leo, but Johnny's the fairest man.
And the greats as well, so that back catalogue of real greats, including the King.
But take me over my blue suede shoes. Let's go, cat!
The mainstream you sort of expect, really to me it's the more obscure stuff that makes it more interesting, a terrific depth of catalogue as well as breadth. This one I doubt too many of you have heard of, Swede Mason. Story behind this is that my eldest son found this track on YouTube. My youngest absolutely loves it. When I first brought Pure Music home, this was the first track he searched for. I thought there wasn't a monkey's chance that he would actually find it, but there it was. I recommend you have a go.
I like the bass, 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 bass. I like the buttery biscuit bass. I like the bass, bass, biscuit bass. I like the buttery biscuit bass. I like the bass.
Even if you don't like it, your kids might. Something a bit older?
A window cleaner you would be if you can see what I can see when I'm cleaning windows.
Older and a little bit creepy these days as well, actually, but very, very nice. The story behind this one is a guy who works for me. His father came to visit, and Andrew did the terrible thing of saying, name a track, any track, and I'll find it. And this was the track he went for. He asked for Al Hibbler's version of Unchained Melody, and yeah, it was there. So, good news. Well, sort of good news, because it's a really appalling version of whatever. This again, my youngest son, slightly weird, eclectic mix of tastes in music. Tom Lehrer loves it. Search for Tom Lehrer, find the complete collection of his albums there, as well as lots of live recordings as well. One of my favorites.
All the world seems in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park.
And why wouldn't you? For this one, my father-in-law came to visit. We were talking about music, nothing to do with Pure Music, actually. We were just having a conversation, started with Bowie from memory, got into Aladdin Sane, started talking about sort of jazz, and then I searched for all his jazz favorites, stuff that he hadn't heard in 40 years, a lot of it, including one of his favorites, Stan Kenton. Very moving, actually. I mean, he had tears in his eyes listening to all this stuff, which he just hadn't access to anymore. Probably got the vinyls upstairs, but never ever could play them anymore. So we've got the mainstream, we've got the obscure, we've also got the slightly bizarre, the lovely Ween, the fantastic Caribou, the man who put weird in Weird Al.
Well, don't you know that other kids are starving in Japan, so eat it.
Those of you who know Bill Hicks will know how hard it was for me to find anything that I could play in public, and I couldn't, or I didn't have time to get there, so I'm afraid we're going to have to skip on Bill. A little bit of Monty Python, the very obvious one, I should
I'm a
expect.
lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I
So yes, it's all about music, and as I say, the breadth of the collection is huge, but it's also about the devices in an odd mathematical conundrum. It's about both. It's about music and it's about devices. So radio devices, key to us, so that's our heartland, but also PCs and smartphones. So you can play Pure Music on any of our internet-connected radio devices. So yes, they're internet radios. You can have access to all of our radio services on those devices. They're all also digital radio, broadcast digital radio devices. So you can listen to broadcast digital radio as well. So really bringing a complete package to the device which so many people have a real emotional attachment to. We understand that very much. It's that device which people feel much closer to than they do even to a television, for example. We've got a really wide collection of these devices. We've got, you can play on the patio, in the lounge, in the bedroom, in your study, in the bathroom, really anywhere. That's not my pool, by the way, but if you do have a villa in the south of Spain, then you can do it there as well. Really anywhere in the house where you've got the desire to listen to music. And of course, that's the critical thing here. These are all devices which are there to listen to music. That's their purpose. And they've all got, and they're all built really by us and therefore have all those qualities of audio quality and award-winning audio quality that we put into those. Smartphones, Pure Music also works on smartphones running the Pure Lounge app. The iPhone app's available now for free on the App Store. The Android app will be coming shortly, and again will be available free on the Android market. PCs and Macs as well, different relationship here. Of course, me, I try to stay away from them when I'm not working, so I use my radios. But for lots of people, they're also using these for lots of different uses. And so, of course, this is where you set up your account, you set up your playlists. It's a richer experience for exploring, though most of what you can do on here, you can also do on the devices themselves, and to me, that's absolutely critical. Because it's all about discovery. So again, let's add in another thing. It's about music, it is about devices, but it's about discovery. Because if you've got 15 million tracks, you need to be able to find the thing that you know you want, but you also want to be able to be surprised by things that you didn't actually know that you want. So how do you discover stuff? Well, we've got features, we've got editorial. So we've got features like Sinatra, Kelly Clarkson, movie soundtracks, greatest hits, very much live now and being kept alive through the service. We've got genres, the ones you'd expect, pop, classical, jazz, of course. We've got some slightly unusual ones that are interesting, children's music, religious. We've got books and spoken, so a really good collection of audio books and spoken word. And we also give you top releases, top tracks, recommended for you, so based on your listening that you might find interesting. Mine will be slightly odd because some of my kids have been in there. And best-selling artists, of course, as well. But if you don't want to just be offered and take what we're giving you effectively, you can dig in and use the sophisticated search feature. So let's, I did a search for Flaming Lips because I just fancied it, really. There they are, fantastic. You see their top track.
The name is Yoshime.
But now I can dig deeper than that.
She's a black belt.
Now I can dig into their albums, all the Flaming Lips albums, all their singles, similar artists. So we've got stuff there like Mercury Rev, Bowie, who appears in a lot of similar artist lists, Beck, and recommended albums that you might find interesting if you're into Flaming Lips. But I don't have to do that on a PC. Again, coming back to the device, I can completely ignore the PC if I want to. Simply go to Pure Music, go to the catalog, search for Flaming Lips, see their albums, and select Yoshimi, and away we go. And I can do that on that device, and I can also do it on smartphones as well. Playlists, though. Playlists, useful things. Obviously, the video showed you that you can very easily drag a complete album, create an album playlist, create a mixtape as well. I'm going to create a party mix, because that's the kind of guy I am. And you're going to see what kind of party man I am as well. So, of course, if you're doing a party mix, a bit of Dancing Queen has to go in there. So that just drops in. You just drag the track into the playlist. A bit of Village People again. Who can have a party without a bit of YMCA? And, of course, Tainted Love, where there it goes. So you've created your playlist. I can play that on the PC if I want to, but again, go to the device, go to Pure Music, select Playlists. There's my party mix there. And I'm expecting everyone now. No? Yes! One man. Very good. Thank you very much for that. A bit of audience participation in the YMCA. I know the Planet Rock guys were never going to YMCA, but, you know. Anyway, but also discovery. So we're looking there at discovery through searching and associated stuff. To us, we've also introduced the mechanism of discovery through tagging. So we introduced tagging last year, but this really extends that dramatically. It allows you to tag and then explore from the tags. So recently I was listening to R.E.M. on the radio, on Absolute, on DAB, hit tag. It buffered the audio, it analyzed it. It told me what I was listening to, though Clive nicely told me what it was anyway, because I was listening on DAB, it was on the screen. I could buy it there and then if I want to. That's great. But if I don't want to buy it there and then, I can explore in my own time. Go online. There's my tags. So there's a My Tags list. Imitation of Life is there. Use the searching mechanism to dig in, bring up the album that it's on, bring up other albums, bring up singles, similar artists again. and recommended albums. So really using the radio as the start of an exploration through music to allow you to find other stuff that's of interest to you, which of course you again can throw into playlists and go from there. And you can share this. So share it through social media, pop it out, pop up at something that tells people why it was that it caught your attention, and share it. So that's really pure music. That's really what we're here to talk about. But of course, pure music is actually just an aspect of what we're delivering now, on top of 20,000 streamed radio stations, over 200,000 on-demand pieces of content, podcasts, Listen Again, and our own Pure Sounds collection of really mood sounds and evocative sounds to calm you down or whatever it is that you want, including all the RSPB stuff, which has been massively popular in pure music, actually. So that's it. That's me. To quickly summarize, Pure Music, it's a cloud-based music subscription service available on all of our internet-connected products, 8 of those at the moment and growing all the time. Available on PCs and Macintoshes through the Pure Lounge, and available on smartphones through running the Pure Lounge app. It's $4.99 a month. We're previewing now. Journalists in the room can certainly start to preview from today. The service will go live in December, and you can register your interest and find out more at thelounge.com/puremusic. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll be here to take questions, and if there's anything difficult, I'll basically throw that over to Pete, because he's much better at difficult questions than me. Thank you.